Hey guys, so I'm sure you got the gist of the story right there. All that happened a year ago when it says like August 9th, August 23rd. That was back in 2011. Like September, like maybe September 13th or something like that. And my doctor told me not to worry about it at all. Go on our vacation, because we had a vacation. We were on a cruise and we were going to Disneyland, which I was totally disappointed that I had this ringing sound in my ear and I was going to Disneyland. But now that I think about it, there at the time I was just miserable and thinking about it constantly. Now at the time I still had a good time at Disneyland and on our cruise and stuff. And I think the ringing went down a little bit. My doctor told me if it's still there by the time you get back from your trip, you should come in and see me. My ENT put me on prednisone for like 3 weeks. So I had a lot of hopes throughout this year that the prednisone would work. I had a lot of hopes that the neuromonics would work, which I don't feel like it is working. I had a lot of hope of when I was on the Klonopin the first time, the anti-anxiety medicine, I would take 1 milligram of it and my ringing would go away. And I was like, wow, so maybe it's just anxiety, because anxiety can be a cause of it. Like, maybe I brought it on and then I focused on it and I focused on it, and it's just this cycle. It's a horrible cycle. So then I was getting addicted to it. So I got off of it. And then I was just kind of dealing with the ringing all on my own. No medicine, no nothing really. And then I went to an ENT in Sacramento, and she told me there was something called TRT, which is tinnitus retraining therapy. And that was something where you like wear kind of hearing aids all the time, 24/7 for like 2 years. And that wasn't something for me. I found this thing called neuromonics, which is this, my headphones. And I have a video on it of what it looks like and how it works and stuff. And so I've been doing that since June. And when I went to San Francisco on Wednesday, she took out the white shower noise, which is like a shh noise, and you're supposed to get relief from that, which I wasn't getting any relief from it. I did it at the beginning, and then it just didn't work. So now she took out the white noise, which is called phase 2, which is where you really hear, all you hear now is the music. Before it was the music and the shower sound. Now it's just the music, and you hear your ringing more now because that shower sound was covering it up. It kind of calming you down and giving you relief. But when I went there, she took the white noise out, and that was on Wednesday. And then I'm going to be on that for about, I think, the rest of the treatment, which is 6, 7, or 8 more months of it. I listen to it every day for 4 hours, sometimes more. In November, when I was just a hysterical mess, I would stay at my mom's, and then I went to a counselor at a church, and she told me that I was too old to be staying with my mom and I need to handle things on my own. But at that time I had no support. My mom didn't know what to do, my husband didn't know what to do. So I kind of stopped going to her, because if I need my mom, I need my mom, and I don't care what anybody's going to say. So I would stay with my mom, and I would cry, and I would cry, and crying was the only thing that made me feel better, even though my ringing was never going away. I was accepting the fact, like, it was going to stay, but at that point, I only had it for 2 months in November, and I was like, still thinking in the back of my mind, it'll go away, and everyone told me, my husband's like, I promise you, and I was like, and then I was reading all the time that after a year it's permanent, so I was dealing with that, and now Christmas, it was about Christmas, I took 4 Klonopins, which made my ringing go away, and it makes you kind of high, so I just wanted to enjoy Christmas. I didn't want to hear any noise. And then that's when I was scared that I was doing that, I was getting addicted to it. June, I go to San Francisco now for my neuromonics. It's quite a ways away, but it's the closest place, and it's at a very reputable place that's been around since like the early 1900s. A lot of people go there. Audiologist. Her name is Tracy, and she's really nice. She's always asking me questions. I'm always asking her questions, and she gives me the honest answer. I've always asked everybody, does it go away? And she always says, it can sometimes, but right now with neuromonics, it brings you to habituation. Habituation is where it's your perspective. It's you perceive your sound a certain way. So right now it could be really low, but I could get like my heart could get racing, and then I'll hear a noise, and then I'll focus on it. So it's going to be louder to me. Your reaction to it is you still have the ringing, but you just don't care. And I have a feeling that's what my life's going to be the rest of my life, because it's permanent, so it's mostly for the rest of your life. They're working on a cure right now, but it's not getting past like animal studies and stuff. So, and then there's your reaction to it, which is like when you're scared, and then when your perception of it, which is it could actually be going down in sound, and you don't know. But at my testing on Wednesday, they said they see on the neuromonics you adjust the sound to mix in with your ringing, and on the data it showed that it was getting lower and lower. Like on paper it says I'm getting better, but physically myself, I don't feel any different. I still hear the same noise I heard a year ago. I still feel exactly the same way. I'm still full of anxiety. Read about it. I'll put a link below. I'll send you to a site that's a support site, and I'll show you, and you'll see what people have to say about how they feel. But to get into like it being a year, I never thought it was always going to go away. It was always going to go away. And every time I had a new treatment, every time I took a new medicine, I was like, this is it. It's going to go away. This is it for me. Which, now I'm probably going to get all teary-eyed. You just never hear anything about tinnitus. I'm not sure if mine's from hearing loss or from the ear infection, and I never heard tinnitus at that point, so it would have been nice to know, like, what, like have a hearing test before I got this to see if maybe it's exactly the same. The hearing test I have now could have never changed in years, and then just my ear infection triggered it. And the hard part that I have with it is that people and children, like, they have ear infections all the time, and adults have them all the time, and I'm sure swimmers have them all the time. It's just I never had them as a kid. I never had them as a baby. It's just one thing that I did because I was stupid and I thought I had like really bad earwax. I got my ears cleaned out. It was just something stupid I did. And then when I got my ear infection, I was like, oh, it's no big deal. Everybody gets ear infections, and they are fine. They heal up. My brother's had tubes in his ears since he was like 8. He's always had them. He still has them. They fall out. They put them back in. He's had ear infections. He's had tons of earwax. So was my mom. And my grandma has had like earaches and I don't like ear infections, but like ear pains like her whole life too. And it's just like the one time that I have an ear infection, it changed my life. And I don't mean to like cry about it, but I'm still like super, like, I'm just desperate about it. Like, I just wish every day, and I tell God, and I ask God every day. I believe in miracles too. As you read, when it's permanent, you go on WebMD, they say it's usually permanent, and it's just, sorry. I shouldn't be crying about this. I just want people to protect their ears, and don't do anything with your ears unless it's with the doctor, because look what happened to me. I had my ears cleaned out with like water, and it was a syringe, and it was just squirted in there, which they sell at Walmart. They sell like little blue things, and they tell you to, get some water, warm water, and put it through your ear to clean out your earwax. So just be careful. And another thing is the medication that can mess with it. When I did get my ears syringed, I noticed in my ears were plugged because they were full of water, but they cleared up in my right ear. I got a Q-tip to kind of like get the water out, and there was blood on it. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And my doctor and my doctor, when I first went for the ear infection, and my ENT both didn't see scarring from a ruptured eardrum or anything, but there could have been a crack that they missed. And the only way that those eardrops would be autotoxic means they're dangerous to your hearing. If you put the eardrops in your ear, and it gets to that crack, it's going to go right into your ear canal. It's going to go through the middle ear, where it shouldn't. Your eardrops are supposed to stay above your eardrum, inside your outer ear. But what can happen is if they don't catch it or they don't see it, it gets into your ear cells, and it just ruins them. It breaks them. It damages them. They don't grow back. It's going to go away by now. I've read stories where it goes away in a year, 2 years, 5 years. But then when I get to the 5 years, I'm like, oh my gosh, how can I every single day handle this? Because it has been a struggle every year. And for a year, I have talked about this. I've cried about this. Today that I know today that when I get home from work, I will be crying on him, and I will just be like, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Because at 1 year, it's most likely, it's totally permanent. I appreciate you guys watching this. It's already at like 20 minutes, so I have to edit some of this. But just please learn about it. Please protect your ears. Let everybody know. Don't have your music up loud. Mine was from something different, but it can be caused by hearing loss. Which is what I think happened with me. The drops in my ear broke the little ear hair. You have your cochlea. It's a shell-shaped thing. I'll probably look up on YouTube and put some videos below, and you can just learn about it. Just wear earplugs. Protect your ears. Wear earplugs when you go swimming. Try and cover your ears when you're in the shower. Just, one ear. Just try and do everything you can, because I know when something on a message board it really got to me. They said, what's going to happen when you kill yourself and it follows you? Then you have eternal ringing in your ears, and that just scared me. So I just really appreciate you guys watching and trying to learn about this. And to hear today is just amazing to me. I can't believe it. So, when I get home from work, I'll be a crying ball of mess. I'll probably cry tomorrow, Sunday. I'll probably cry Sunday. It's just something that I have to live with. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please learn about it. Pass it on to your friends. Just do whatever you can. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a good day.